So what's up guys, back to AskXOWeb TV, and today let's learn some basics of photography. So your body was shiny new camera, or you just wanted to learn the basics of photography, then this is the video for you. So without no hassle, let's get straight into it. So I'll be mainly explaining about the aperture, ISO, focal length and shutter speed. So if you want to get straight into it, just go ahead and click the timestamps. So let's get straight into it. So the first one being aperture. So aperture, it's mainly a lens thing. So just leave your camera body alone and just take your lens. So aperture is how wide your lens opens and lets in the light. So aperture mainly controls two things, that is light as well as depth of field. And we have higher aperture number as well as lower aperture number. So let's go with the lower aperture number. So the lower aperture number, say f1.4, f1.8 equals more light into the lens. So the aperture blades just opens up wide, letting in more light, and more light equals more blur. So good for portraits. Now we have the higher f-stop numbers, or say f22, f32 or more. So here the aperture blades close themselves, get narrower and lets in less light. So less light is equal to more sharper background, and generally it's good for landscapes. Think of the aperture as your eye's pupil. During the daytime it gets narrow, and during the nighttime it gets wide open, letting in more light. So just like that, it's the same thing. So now let's get into the second most important point, that's shutter speed. So shutter speed is mainly your camera body thing. So it's not about the lens, it's about your camera body. So it's how long your sensor is exposed to the light. First of all, fast shutter speed. Faster shutter speed equals freeze action. Good for sports, bird photography, or something that moves really fast and you have to capture it in 1 second. Say 1 by 1000 or say 1 by 4000 of a second, and you're sure you will get that shot. So faster shutter speed equal to freeze action. Just keep that in mind. So now let's get into the slow shutter speed. Say 1 by 1/10 of a second, 1 by 60th of a second. Good for slow motion. So if you want to get that buttery smooth light trails or waterfalls, yeah, you need to go for the slow shutter speed. So going below 1 by 1/60th of a second, I would deeply recommend that you use a tripod. It's good for it. The third thing is ISO. So ISO is how sensitive your camera is towards light. It varies from camera to camera. So if you're having a camera with higher ISO range, it's generally good for low light photography. And we have low ISO as well as high ISO. So a low ISO number, say ISO 200 or ISO 100, equals more clean and crisp images, less noise and more detail in the shots. So the next one is high ISO. Say 1600 plus equals more brighter image, but you'll get a lot of noise along with it. Generally, people would say you have to shoot always in ISO 100. So that's just wrong. It's always dependent upon situation and you have to adjust the ISO accordingly. The golden rule would be low ISO is always better. So it all depends upon you and how you use your camera. And now let's get into the fourth thing, and that's focal length. And about focal length, it changes how your photo feels and looks. So we have a lot of lenses with different focal lengths. We have fisheye, wide angle, portrait lenses, super telephoto. So generally the lower number, the more wider it gets. The higher number, the more closer to the background. So say you have a telephoto lens, maybe 200mm or more. So you will be getting more closer to the subject, and it's generally good for portraits, or maybe you're shooting the moon or a car in a racetrack. And now let's say you have a wide angle lens, 10 to 35mm. So the lesser the number, the more the wider the lens gets, more scene, more distortion. So generally it can be used for, just like I'm doing, vlogs or maybe landscape or wide angle shots. And larger the lens, the more close you get to the subject. So if you're a beginner and you are just fed up of going through all these settings, guess what? Your camera has the priority modes in which you can set the shutter priority, or maybe the ISO priority, or maybe the aperture priority, and the camera just automatically adjust the value for you. And in the end, it's always better to go for the manual mode. Just like driving a manual car, you will get the full control of your camera. And that's it. M for, yeah, master of photography. I would like to end the video by saying this about photography. You can't just learn photography 100%. You just keep on learning photography, just brick by brick, day by day. You just get to learn how to play with the light, maybe how to play with the shadows. You just keep on learning. I'm still learning photography, just like you guys, just passing on my knowledge to you guys, and hope that you get something out of this video. So until then, it's AskExpertWeb TV signing off, and don't forget to subscribe, smash that like button, and share this video to your photography heads, and see ya.